I'm Dominika, and I'm active in the human rights field in Greece for over 4 years now. I have been working on migration issues, on civic space, the shrinking civic space in Greece, and more broadly working with marginalized groups in my city, Athens, and in the country more broadly. I became interested in the work NGOs are doing when I was doing my master's. When I finished, I wanted to explore more. So I started with an internship here in Greece at Amnesty International. I was fascinated about the passion and the energy people were putting in what they were doing, and also I found it very interesting to see that what we were doing were affecting people's lives in a positive way. Many times you would see people's lives improving, people winning court cases, and feeling that you're helping society and making things better is what I love to do. After Amnesty, I moved to the UK and I joined the London School of Economics. We worked a lot with activists, human rights defenders, and so on. So it was very natural for me when I left the UK and London and came back to Greece to join this sector, and especially because it was during this period where we had a big influx of refugees. We didn't know, like what's happening, why this is happening, what can we do to help. So it was impossible not to get involved. I mean, if you're interested in these issues, you want to work on them and you want to provide input, you want to understand what's happening. This is an area where during the financial crisis, a lot of demonstrations by Golden Dawn supporters were taking place. I have been also working on the shrinking civic space here and rule of law, and most organizations are not doing so much work on these issues because, as we said, migration has dominated the field, but also because, as we said at RARE, we see small signals in those issues, but they have not become trends yet. So people don't pay too much attention to them. But I think things are changing and the situation is becoming worse. And unless we do something sooner rather than later, we'll have to deal with very negative phenomena. Xenophobia, racism, and all these things that are on the rise. More conservative governments are leading things towards that direction. At the same time, in EU institutions, I think they see the problem, but do they act? Probably not, or if they do, it's in such a soft way that at the moment is not influencing or putting enough pressure. I found out about RARE by actually an email from a colleague. She received it from the Norwegian Helsinki committee with whom my previous organization was collaborating. And she thought it would be perfect for me to apply, given that I do advocacy and we have been working on the issues that the program will look into. I expected it to be amazing, given that it was organized by the Hertie School and the Helsinki committees. I was thrilled when I went to the first camp and met all the people, all the other participants. Given that we work from home a lot and we didn't have the chance to travel and meet other people, it was a very good reminder how important it is to meet, socialize, exchange best practices and experiences with activists and human rights defenders from other countries. The first camp was amazing. What we did there, the exercises, the collaborations, and so it was the second. So no huge surprises, but very, very happy with what we have been doing so far. So now we're going to Πεδίο του Άρεως, which is a very central park. The park is really nice. You see populations from different countries, migrants, refugees, alongside locals. At the north part of the park, there is a square where a lot of demonstrations have started in the recent months, and protests against police violence. If you work in the field of human rights, there are several challenges. One of the main ones is the perception of people. Many times it's hard to say what you do and explain why it's important, because people have this prejudice already that you're not someone who's professional or we don't trust your work. It would help a lot if you could reverse this trend. It's also sometimes dangerous, not probably as dangerous as in other places, but many human rights defenders, they are attacked. Anyway, especially people, again, working with migrants, especially on the islands, people who do search and rescue, the government and authorities are not very pleased with that, so you may face charges, go to jail. And again, this is not a huge trend, but it happens, and if we don't do something about it, I don't know how it's gonna go. I think we do it because we really believe in it, and I don't think we'll stop because people don't recognize it or we're not in the forefront of things.